Hello and Happy New Year. My name is Cecelia and you are tuning into episode 32 of our IGTV Black Box series, a series where we catch up with past students, graduates and tutors of the Gaiety School of Acting. We are kicking off our 2020 series with actor, comedian, writer and GSA Tutor, Sharon Mannion. Sharon, a Happy New Year to you.
Thank you,
and thank you so much for coming into us
No
today.
problem at all.
Firstly, for those who may not have known that you do teach here at GSA, can you give us a brief about what you teach?
Yeah, so basically I mostly teach the comedy courses, so stand-up comedy and long-form improvisation. Sometimes I teach summer camps for young Gaiety or cover page to stage or different things, but mostly it's the stand-up and long-form.
And you are also involved with the GSA and business corporate training as well,
yes,
aren't you?
I do indeed. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I also do that you have cleverly remembered. Yes, I do, yes.
If you had to pick one.
Oh, for teaching?
To teach, and just one.
I think I probably get the most out of the stand-up course, I think, because I like and maybe it's a little bit because when I started teaching it way back whenever, a million years ago, I was kind of skeptical about whether you could actually teach people how to do stand-up or perform a gig. And I've learned that you absolutely can. I mean, you can't necessarily teach somebody to have a career in stand-up, but you can facilitate somebody to present 3 to 5 minutes of comedy. And I just really enjoy the process because I always kind of feel like it's a little bit like what I imagine, because I've never done it, but what I imagine like bringing people to like jump out of a plane is like. So it's almost like the course is us going up in the plane and they're like, I don't know if I can't do it, there's no way I can do this. And you're like, you can, you'll be fine once you get there. Just trust it, and then they jump out of the plane and they're like, oh my God, it was amazing. And I can't believe I did it. And that's kind of what the stand-up feels like. So every group of people is different and every person's journey is different. And it's always really, really enjoyable to kind of watch the people do something that most of the time, like 99% of them are like, I really don't think I can do a gig.
Yeah.
And I know, you can. So I always really enjoy getting them to that point.
You bring me on to my next question, because with a brand new term of adult short courses commencing this week, stand-up, long-form improv, who are these courses for? Are they just for the funny people?
No. In fact, I would say that's the first thing we say in the class, like, because Danny Keogh teaches them as well, and that's the first thing we say in the stand-up class is that your first job is just don't try and be funny, because that's the worst thing you could do is try and be funny.
Yeah.
You're going down the wrong track. So the courses, I would say, are for everybody, because really you do get a mixed bag of people some people come to the courses because, and I would say both the improv and the stand-up cover a lot of the same bases in this sense. Some people come because they give presentations in work and they want to be more kind of comfortable and confident. We get a lot of people from different countries who are in Ireland for a time and they kind of want to, well, I suppose meet people, but also they just want to, like one Spanish girl I remember said, I'm here because I want to learn about the Irish crack. And I thought that was a nice way of putting it. So some people are coming kind of from that purpose. Some people have a genuine interest in pursuing a career in comedy, and some of them have gone on to keep gigging and stuff. And some people are sort of maybe what I would describe as like comedy nerds, as in they really like comedy and they will perform at the end of the gig, but at the end of the course, but they're more interested in like the process. Yes. They don't necessarily have designs on gigging for the rest of their lives. But with the improv, like most of them end up forming their own groups and kind of performing again. And so it's a really kind of bonding thing. And but yeah, I would say you couldn't really push you couldn't really define the personality type that comes to the course. It really is a mixed bag, yeah.
This Sunday, we will be seeing you and a whole host of GSA grads, too many to name,
I know,
on the Abbey stage as part of the 24-hour Plays Dublin. This sounds like a fantastic event. Can you tell us what it's all about?
Terrifying. So it's a fundraiser that they run. I think this might be the 7th year, and it's 24-hour plays. It's run, it raises funds for Dublin Youth Theatre, and what it is that a bunch of writers, directors and actors come together, and We meet on the Saturday night to sort of say, hey, how's it going? And then the actors go home and have a lovely sleep. And the writers stay all night and they write, each writer writes a 20-minute piece, 20-minute play. And then the actors and directors come back on the Sunday morning and rehearse all day and then present it on the Abbey stage that night.
I'm kind of sweating as you say that.
I'm sweating a little. I'm sort of like, I've just blocked it out of my mind. I kind of agreed to it when this sounds, oh my God, super fun. And now the closer it gets, I'm like, sorry, what am I doing on Sunday?
Yeah.
So,
What is the biggest challenge taking on a project like this? And
not freaking out. Yeah.
like, how do you exactly, put on a show in 24 hours on the Abbey stage?
Good. It's a really good question.
Yeah.
I'll answer it for you on Monday.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I suppose in a way, I guess for me, I'm just tapping into all my improv, guidelines, which is like you just kind of accept and go.
You have a step ahead there.
Well, I'm okay. I think that's a bit of a leap, but but it's that thing, isn't it? Where I would probably, if it was like turn up and do 20 minutes improv on the Abbey stage, I would be like, grant, no problem. But it's like learn the lines, rehearse, know the cues, So that's a different beast. It's not improv. If it like I'm actually at the stage, I've done so much improv over the years that I get more nervous now when I have a script because I'm like, I can't improv this. Especially if you're doing Shakespeare or something, like you can't just throw in a sort of you can't just ad-lib, pass me the cup, like that doesn't fit in Hamlet or whatever.
You're throwing yourself into the new year, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, when somebody asks you to do something in like November, it's like next year. It's like, that'll never happen. Yeah, but it's here.
As an actor and a comedian, from your point of view, is it easier to play a character or to be yourself on stage?
Oh God, it's a really good question, and it's probably there's pros and cons to both, I would say. So I would probably, like I say there, of all the things I do, I would probably find improv, like pure improv, the easiest, in the sense that you couldn't prepare even if you wanted to, so you just turn up and do the gig and that's it. But then there's a little bit of, there's safety in playing a character because it's not you, it's the character. And I would never, for example, I would happily watch myself on TV playing a character, but I would never watch myself back being interviewed. I mean, I'm not going to watch this, for example. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch that. That would be horrific.
Okay.
So no offense, but you should watch it, people. So I don't know. There's a bit of a weird contradiction. Okay. So I do lots of different stuff in my career, and I do stand up and I do improv and I write and I perform plays and TV and screen work and stuff. And I like the kind of mixed bag nature of it. Yeah. So I think improv though is probably really, if I could do improv all day, every day for the rest of my life, I think that would be the one I would choose.
That's a good answer.
But if anybody wants to employ me in a full-time improv career.
We'll link all your deets below.
That'd be great.
Finally, what else are you looking forward to in this new year?
In this new year, so I'm bringing my one-woman show, The Curse of the Button Accordion, which toured nationwide over the last couple of years. I'm bringing that to America.
As you do.
Kindly supported by Culture Ireland. So I'm bringing that in April to some venues over there. So that's kind of the next big thing. I'm writing on a couple of kids shows for RTE Junior at the moment, and I write for Callum's Kicks on RTE Radio 1. That's coming back next week because there's an election coming. So that's kind of the main things at the moment, and then who knows what happens after that.
Sharon, it's been an absolute pleasure catching up with you. Break a leg to you and everyone involved on Sunday, which I know will be an extraordinary night of theatre.
Fingers crossed.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.